Hey guys, once again it is your Vaping Minuteman, and today we have to talk about it. Chuck Schumer is once again attacking the industry. So stick around and I'll show you where it basically stands nothing. Okay guys, we are back once again. Now, last night I misspoke personally. I'll admit it. I made a misspeak. I had said that advocacy organizations had sent a letter to JUUL. That I probably misspoke because I was thinking of this issue. I was thinking of it last night, and I was planning on doing a video today after I did a little more research and had a lot more things to show you guys during the actual discussion. So, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's flip over to the other screen and I'll show you the exact letter. But first and foremost, we're going to look at who actually sent this letter and why I think it really has no leg to stand on. Okay guys, I'm going to adjust this so that you guys can see it a little better. Okay, as you can see, this is a letter that was sent to Kevin Burns, the CEO of JUUL Labs. Now, what people don't understand is that JUUL Labs, they have technically been around since 2007, okay? They've been around since 2007. Now, I'm popping that up real quick because I'm going to grab something real quick while I'm talking. But, okay, so let's go down, let's look, and then we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that when I was really reading this and really dug into it, especially the signatures, it really dug into me. Now, first off, Dick Durbin and Richard Blumenthal. Now, we're going to go back almost 2 years, okay? I believe it's almost 2 years that we're going to go back and we're going to look at something. Okay. This was an article I had done a report on around 5/17/2016. Let me blow that up a little bit so that you guys can actually see this a little bit. Because, okay, that's a little better. Let me scoot it over just a tad. Okay, now this was done by Guy Bentley, who right after he put this out, I actually had him on the show. If you want to go check out that show, feel free. But it was called Big Tobacco in the Hands of Big Pharma. Now, I'm sorry, Senators in the Hands of Big Pharma. And there's a reason. Now, looky there. Look who has $65,000 in donations up to 2016 from Big Pharma. And guess what? Look who is on here. Richard Blumenthal. Richard Blumenthal. See something? Now, Gillibrand's not there. Patrick Leahy. Now, does that make sense? Do you remember that name? I believe I do. No, that name's not on here. I thought I did. I know that 4 of these. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, Jack Reed. $137,700. And look right there. Jack Reed. Okay. There was another one right there. Tom Udall. Okay. Now let's look at how much he got from Big Pharma. $16,000. Right there is 4 people that are on this letter that are connected to Big Pharma. What do you think their ultimate goal is? Their ultimate goal, I haven't had a chance to look at any of their campaign finance reports since 2016, but I'm sure, especially if some of these are actually up this year, my gut tells me that they probably will actually be having Big Pharma donations. My gut tells me that. Okay. So we know why they want to see the death of the JUUL. Now, the thing is, let's go up here and let's look at what they actually say, because there's a lot of issues here that just going to JUUL's website, you can catch on that they're total lies, and that's how JUUL's going to respond. The popular vaping device JUUL and its accompanying flavored nicotine cartridges, which the funny thing is, they do not even mention the simple fact that JUUL not only has cartridges, they have e-liquid bottles. So we're going to just slide this over here and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let me fix this. Okay, now you see, every one of these are JUUL's. And I can tell you right now, right there is Cool Cucumber. Right there is Mango. That's going to be a little bit of a issue with something that we are going to be talking about. Because this e-liquid line has been out since 2000, and I think they said 16 they put the whole line out. Yeah, 2016. Early 2016. Okay? Now, let me minimize that. I just wanted to show you guys that. Okay, now, in recent decades, the United States has made enormous progress in reducing youth tobacco use. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, cigarette smoking among high school students is record lows, dropping from 28% in 2000 to 8% in 2016. Okay? These reductions in youth cigarette use did not happen overnight. They occurred over time, in large part thanks to concerted national response. Recent reductions in youth smoking have been driven by state and federal actions, including a 62-cent increase in the federal cigarette tax in 2009, an enactment of the 2009 law granting the Food and Drug Administration authority over tobacco products, and the launch of a federally funded mass media campaign to reduce tobacco use. We have no problems with that. However, much to our dismay, these gains are being threatened because of non-cigarette tobacco products, especially electronic cigarettes like JUUL. No, what's being threatened is your money coming in from Big Tobacco from the master settlement. That's what's being threatened. The money that you're getting from the master settlement is being threatened because of e-cigarettes. While there has been a steep drop in youth use of traditional cigarettes, youth use of e-cigarettes is skyrocketing between 2011 and 2015. Really? It went down, not up, down. And it's kind of funny because in 2016, which they do actually show these numbers, which is rare, it went down even more. The use of e-cigarettes among high school students increased more than tenfold from 1.5% in 2016, or 1.5% to 16%. Well, yeah, e-cigarettes were not that popular. They really started kicking off in 2015, 2014. That's when they really, well, 2015 and 2016 is really when they started kicking off. While e-cigarette use by high school students declined to 11.3% in 2016, e-cigarettes remain the most popular form of tobacco use among youth. Well, first off, I'd much rather they be vaping than smoking. I don't want them vaping at all. I don't want them using any tobacco product. But you know what? If they have to use a tobacco product, I'd rather they be using an e-cigarette. And there is something that they forget to mention. There is actually an article that I am going to show you right now. Okay. Many U.S. teens who vape may not actually be inhaling nicotine at all. Yes, you heard that right. Many U.S. teens who vape may not actually be inhaling nicotine. They say they prefer sweet vaping solutions that don't contain any nicotine, according to new research. Now, this was done in 2016. So what does that tell you? Researchers from the Institute for Social Research at the University of Michigan found that 65 to 66% of vaping teens last used a vape for just flavoring reasons. That's it. They didn't even use the nicotine. And always, the argument they use is they're doing it for the nicotine, and we're going after the nicotine because, you know, nicotine affects your brain as a young adult. Well, if they were smoking, they'd be getting that nicotine anyway. I'd rather they vape a zero nic and have the flavor. And these results challenge the common assumption that all vaporizer users inhale nicotine. While write the researchers, in addition, these results moderate frequent claims of a nicotine epidemic among teens that suggest the importance of a developing rationale for regulating vaping devices. That right there is the whole reason they're using nicotine. So, if they are giving the truth and saying, as this research states, that a good majority of the individuals are only doing it for the actual flavors, they can't go after us for flavors because, you know, yes, that's the reason they're picking it up, but they're not getting any nicotine. I mean, I am going to include all of the links that I'm using down in the description as well. Okay, now, they also requested a few things from JUUL. We're going to skip down through all this because all that is just bullcrap. I mean, I'm not even going to discuss a lot of that stuff. Okay, will your company commit to no longer selling JUUL pods in flavors that clearly appeal to children and young people? Fruit medley, creme brulee, and mango. Well, first off, I don't see them stopping unless the federal government requires it. I don't see anybody stopping it because that is the reason to choose vaping over cigarettes. Now, your company has introduced several new JUUL pods to the market since the FDA's deeming rule took effect in 2016. For example, your company's own social media posts indicate that your popular mango-flavored product was not introduced until February 1st of 2017. Did your company submit the application for pre-market review of these pods by the FDA as required by the deeming rule? Did you receive a marketing order by the FDA? If not, how is your company legally marketing these new pods? Please provide the date when your company introduced each of your products to the market. Well, again, I'm going to come right back to something I showed you guys earlier. And that is this. They have had these flavors made for a long time. And what they did was they put them in JUUL pods. They sold one pack, or at least just sold them locally in California. And bam, they made sure it was on the market on August 8th of 2016. Just because they have a national launch of February 1st of 2017 does not mean that it was not on the market on August 8th of 2016. Now here's where it really kills me. JUUL branded products with clear appeal to kids are widely available for sale online, such as t-shirts, hoodies, and JUUL wraps or skins. Now, you know, I believe if we're not mistaken, let's look at something. I'm at Vaping Swag right now. Look at this. You've got hoodies, t-shirts, decals, vapor towels, bracelets, or brittle-on spool tamer. I don't know what that is. Oh, I know. That's for your wire. I mean, we all, as adults, buy this type of swag for our own use. So right there, it's not just a teen thing. Now, I'm going to show you some JUUL skins, because these JUUL skins, they say they disguise the JUUL. I don't think they disguise it at all. I mean, you've got, oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, you've got this one. I mean, is the JUUL really disguised? If it's disguised by that little bit, it's pretty sad. You've got that one. That one. I mean, these skins are not disguising skins. I mean, if they were making it look like someone that's religious might actually want that. The Mona Lisa, a woman's butt. I mean, just looking at these, none of these are bad. Let's be honest. Dilly dilly. I mean, wood. I mean, let's be honest. None of these are actually bad. None of these are disguising your JUUL. I don't see a single one that would make you think it was disguising the JUUL. Pot leaves. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, right there's one of the skins without being wrapped. Money. Now, we also, as vapors, use them on our mods. I mean, just look at some of these. That's an RX2/3 skin. That one right there is the Smoke Veneno. Right there, you've got the one, I believe that is the Watofo, or I'm sorry, the, I can't tell which one that is, actually. I know what it looks like, but I know it's not. I mean, you've got that one that's anonymous. You've got a Game Boy skin. I mean, you've got a lot of skins, but none of them, again, are bad. I mean, this one's funny. But none of them are bad. So there's really no, I mean, right there you have a skull. We know what it's supposed to look like, but it's basically a skull. I mean, This one, yeah, it might be able to get trademark infringement, but they would have to go after Sticker Bomb. They wouldn't go after the mod, the Tesla Invader 2, or Tesla Invader 3. They wouldn't go after Tesla. I mean, okay. Now, where else in the industry of electronics are skins used? Bam. Laptops. I mean, right there, you have a laptop skin of Spider-Man. Right here, you have a laptop skin that's just a piece of art. Laptop skin of wood. Laptop skin of marble. I mean, right there is a Game of Thrones laptop skin. I believe it is. I can't definitely tell, but I believe it is. So, I mean, you have a ton of laptop skins. They're used in a lot of things. And this one's the one I actually think is the funniest, because I've never seen this one. A bunch of VHS tapes. And for those of you that do not know what VHS tapes are, they were the predecessor to the DVD. And you may not know what a DVD is, but the DVD was the predecessor to the Blu-ray. But, so right there, all those flat out show these are just common marketing practices and common practices for personal electronics. Now, according to data from Wells Fargo, JUUL's unit sales increased more than 600% in 2017 and surpassed all companies' e-cig products. That's because it actually works. What portion of these sales were children under the age of 18? Well, you know what? Let's go to JUUL's actual website. JUUL is unique and perfectly designed since we want to ensure you have the best experience. Please be careful of counterfeits. You can ensure that your product is official if you buy from JUUL online. If you are over the age of 21 or at an authorized reputable retailer, which is a vape store, a gas station, any place like that that actually sells either vape products or cigarettes. Now, I'm curious. How much is a JUUL? I want to know how these kids are actually getting JUULs. So let's go in here and let's look at device kits. Starter kit, $49.99. The cheapest one is $34.99. Really? Like a kid's going to spend 30 to 40 to 50 bucks. I mean, let's be honest. Normally it'll be their parents buying it. But JUUL only sells to you if you are over 21. What specific ingredients as well as nicotine levels are in each of the different JUUL pods? What constitutes or what constituents have you identified in the aerosol generated by your product? That'll come with time. That'll come with research. And then, you know, the claims about nicotine salts. I'm sure there's some out there. Nicotine salts have been around for years. The Truth Initiative found that 63% of 15 to 24-year-old JUUL users do not know that your product always contains nicotine. Well, first off, if they don't know it because it says this product contains nicotine, is seriously wrong if they can't read. And you should be able to read if you're using one of these. Instagram account has age restrictions. The Twitter does not. Will your company commit to imposing an above 21 age restriction for both Instagram and Twitter? I'm sorry, you really shouldn't have to age restrict social media. That is violating freedom of speech. Aside from an easily circumvented age verification pop-up window, they do it at the end. They don't ask for a delivery service adult signature. You know, they're not responsible for what happens on third-party websites. If an authorized retailer buys it and sells it to someone else, or someone sells their personal JUUL, you know, they can't be held responsible for that. Does your company support raising the federal tobacco age from 18 to 21? Personally, I do not. They don't sell to anyone under 21 because they live in California. Does your company support a federal tobacco tax on FDA-deemed products? I hope not. Despite significant progress in reducing smoking, tobacco use is still the leading cause of preventable death in the United States, killing more than 480,000 people every year. Name one that's died from vaping right now. You can't. That's died from regular use, not from user error. Your company's product purports to help people. It should be probably reports to help people, or supports to help people quit smoking cigarettes. Yet we are concerned with the JUUL, with its kid-appealing design and flavorings, will only lead to further nicotine addiction and adverse health consequences. Again, everything I've talked about is taken care of there. Like I said, I will include all the links to what I've used for today. I won't include what I searched and just showed you pictures. I won't include those, but I will include all the actual links down in the description. Let's hop back up top and we'll head out of here. Okay, guys. Once again, like I said, Chuck Schumer and his band of 11 have tried attacking. This has not worked in the past. When they have tried things in the past, Chuck Schumer just this last fall tried to get a tax on e-cigs, and it did not go through. All we can do to prevent anything from happening is talk in the ballot boxes. Vote for individuals who support the vaping cause. Vote for people who support deregulation, not overregulation. That is where we can make a difference as vapors. Bottom line, that's where we have to make the difference. You know, right now, other than submitting our comments, as well as especially submitting to the survey, which I will put the text down on the bottom of the actual video down in the description so that you can text. I forget the exact number, CASA flavors. I think it's 42886 or something like that. Text that over to the FDA text it to CASA and they will send you a link to the flavor survey. That is the easiest way to do it. I highly recommend that over anything else right now, advocacy wise. And I will be coming back to you asking you to submit comments at the second period as well. But we are heading out of here, guys. Don't forget, as I always say, do not be a blind sheep and follow every word any YouTuber says. You look at all the actual documents yourself. Someone who's giving their opinion should actually show you the documents. Every single document that they are using to report over to you what they believe and what they are actually using to make their decisions. And then you expand on those decisions if you feel like it to do more research. Don't be blind. Don't be a sheep and just follow every word I say or that Vaping Legion says or anybody says. You have to be yourself. You have to make your own decisions. And bottom line, you gotta fight for your right to vape. Yeah! Dry it. If you like what you've seen here, there's much more to come. Just click one of the two boxes up here in the corner. And you know what? If you've liked it, make sure to subscribe. Just click the little button right there. Talk to you later, guys.